Okay, I'm gonna say this that this is the most ridiculous thing in ever, but in video game industry, anything can be copied. It's the sign of innovation, the sign of creativity, and it's the sign of inspiration sometimes. The problem is Blue Holes, the developers of PUBG, they actually what's it called filed lawsuit against for Epic Games for their copyright lawsuit. No, copyright violations of. So again, I'm very terrible with law form alleging copyright infringement in the Central District Court against Epic Games Korea. So they actually are much more lawsuiting them for using the salary engine of. So they are actually lawsuiting them just using the word no battle royale or Fortnite. I don't think nation itself, but it's a game. This is really quite fair. Okay, here what Bluehole VP and executive producer saying. The actually had said here what Bluehole VP said. We had an ongoing relationship with Epic Games through the PUBG development as they are the creator of EU4 or Unreal Engine 4, the engine we licensed for the game. And executive producer Chang Han Kim said, after listening to the growing feedback from our community and reviewing the gameplay ourselves, we are concerned that Fortnite might be replicating the expression which PUBG is known. Wait, what? How is replicating? How is that infringement? I can't pronounce that word. I'm sorry. And here, what Bluehole clarified this in the quote said he is that we just want to emphasize that is our only problem that because Epic Games is the company that make the engine we use and we pay a large amount of royalties to them. And we had the business relationship and had the trust that we could be getting continued support, and we're looking forward working more closely with them to get technical support, maybe development new features. But our name was used to officially promote their game without our knowledge. There was no discussion. It was just a bit surprising and disappointing to see our business partner using our name officially promote a game mode that is pretty similar to us, and that was misunderstanding in the community that we're officially involved in the projects is clearly unclear, and what the court proceeding will be. The end will keep it updated. Okay, it's literally unclear, but this is quite wrong. Literally wrong. It was much more that Epic Game sees PUBG was an idea. Simple as this. Wait, as one, let's say how this works. One of the for Epic Games idea of developing the Fortnite. Let's say guys said, hey guys, we could do like hey guys said we should do this. This actually might save our game, and they did. They went actually online, and they went in the systematic. Does it mean that Fortnite or Epic Games copied? Sure, it copied, but doesn't mean purely. Sure, it actually might be replicating the experience and everything, but it was actually the purpose of gaming. It's not all about how much nations so, but I don't think so. It's not really necessary in how much is this really worth it. I mean, sure, it's something, but much more. I'm not sure how this gonna work. I actually have no understanding in the court system in South Korea. You're the only one here. Think about Rust, as in the mobile game called Rust. There are actually other more platform in the mobile phone right now and their PC. There's actually a few games because it's calling the trend of battle royale now, or battle royale or battleground has been quite common. Like even right now, there's even Call of Duty going it. Because there's a trend, because it was surely heavily around the trend. And lastly, like it's just saying, just it's just like I'm not very horrible, guys. Sorry about this. This is it's like this like how it's quite horrible. Like they're not allowed to create games similar to what already is in the market. It's already in the market. It's how the industry works. It's not saying this is monopoly, or this is monopolizing, or multiple monopoly. What Bluehole is doing here is called monopoly. Again, what Bluehole doing here is literally monopolying the video game industry. And I don't think so. What's saying is that look around now. Look at console and other games. For sure, even EA and Activision's is jumping in the battle royale or battlegrounds trend right now. They're also jumping. There's already some companies. There's already one time there's a company I call exactly like the 90s or 80s gaming team. They jump along in those trend and they failed. I don't think this is actually a very very good idea, because I think it's best. This is not how the industry works, because this is video game industry here we're talking about. This is a market. This is how it will work. If people see make money, they will try to copy it. It's like how China even works sometimes. So even some Japanese factories or companies nation, so they will just copy this product and placing with a different name. It's been going that, and China will not do anything about it. They actually have their own rules and law. And Bluehole is really not what's it called infringement, a violation of law for copying nation self copyright violation lawsuit against in in the district court in UK court. So I'm very terrible at this kind of decision itself. But in reality is that this is talking about a market here. This is a market. In game industry, it's industry. You're saying is that, like you're saying that we are the one who created this, that which means we should make the money and we're the only one allowed to do this. And that's wrong. Again, it's an open market, and you're trying to now say copyright lawsuit against them, and you are gonna be looking, and it's gonna make you look horrible on PUBG or Bluehole. They didn't think about what the community might think. They didn't think about the potential backlash might happen. Sure, it's not quite. Sure, it just might be similar engine this style of game, but they work differently. They didn't copy everything. Fortnite go much more a cartoonish style game, and PUBG or Player Unknown Battleground quite more sense of realism, the style drawing. PUBG has cars for vehicle moving, and Fortnite has the term called buildable objects, walls, towers, and so on, and they're quite more updatable. And when it came to PUBG, it's actually the responsibility also to be quite updated to any potential technology to be coming out, any asset to be coming out, or so forth so on. It's actually the sense of explorations. You also have to explore that. Epic Games, they actually do what they do. They explore their engine, they test their engines, they experimented their engine with codings and ideas that they can do. They can make it more better than standard PUBG to save their game called Fortnite, or else the Fortnite will be they're gonna pull the plug in Fortnite. If certain game does not meet their expectations, you in the end you have to pull it up or unplug it and go for the next project. And that's all for you guys. I have to do you guys. I know I'll talk about it freely in my heart freely. Ooh, and lastly guys, support me through Patreon. Thanks guys, and I'm peacing out.